It's the new reality show, Swamp Time with Donald Trump. He's a swampster just like the rest, a Manhattan apprentice swimming with the sewer rats in D.C. Trump promised to drain the swamp, but instead dove right in. His illegal strike on Syria for chemical weapons, minus any investigation or forensic evidence, made neocon Jews like Crystal and Kagan giddy with glee. And their back door into the White House, Jared Kushner, is surely bent on seeing Bashar al-Assad flee. Trump stiffed his contractors, now he's stiffed those who voted for him, mainly on non-intervention.
I really understand what's going on in Syria because you look at it, first of all, it's a total catastrophe, it's a total mess. And we're helping to make it a mess. Now, we have ISIS, and ISIS wants to go after Assad. But we're knocking the hell out of him, even though it's not a very full-blown thing. We're still dropping bombs all over the place, and, you know, look, they're not exactly loving life over in Syria. So we're stopping them, to a certain extent, from going after Assad. You have Russia that's now there. Russia's on the side of Assad, and Russia wants to get rid of ISIS as much as we do, if not more, because they don't want them coming into Russia. And I'm saying, why are we knocking ISIS, and yet at the same time, we're against Assad?
Because when you're waging wars for the Jews, everything is ass backward. It's the murky Jewish swamp running from Tel Aviv to D.C. I mean, if you're really after ISIS, you won't fight Assad, who's doing the grunt work, protecting all the Syrian people, including Christians. But America doesn't care about Christians. Instead, attacks a leader who protects those who love Christ. And once upon a time, Trump was on the right side of history.
Our new foreign policy will put America first. Hillary brought death and disaster to Iraq, Syria, Libya. She empowered Iran, and she unleashed ISIS. Now she wants to start a shooting war in Syria in conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia that could very well lead to World War III. Hillary and our failed Washington establishment have spent $6 trillion on wars in the Middle East, wars we never win. And now it's in worse shape than ever before. Wars we never win, folks. They've dragged us into foreign wars that have made us left. And they took us, they opened up our borders. You know, it's interesting, we fight for their borders, but at home, we have open borders.
That's right. Fight for Israel's borders and send America to the back of the bus. And that bus is driven by Mad Dog Mattis and Herbie McMaster, both war criminals and both Trump's main advisors. Mattis threw white phosphorus bombs on little children in Fallujah. And McMaster abused and starved hundreds of POWs in Iraq. Now Trump joins their war crimes by striking Syria's Sherat air base, killing 6 soldiers, who fight ISIS, by the way, and 10 civilians. But selective outrage is a trick of the trade when waging wars for the Jews, against the axis of resistance to Zionist hegemony, Syria, Iran, and Lebanon. It's a remake of the invasion of the body snatchers. A pod grows out of the swamp entwined around Trump. His eyes puff up and a bald head protrudes. Suddenly, Trump grows a second head with Jared Kushner's face. And you thought you voted for Donald Trump? Nah, your vote got thrown in the Israel First swamp.